Temperature is one of the most important factors in processing natural gases. The different characteristics of different gases and how they behave at different temperatures is one of the things that allows us to separate out contaminants and also separate different fractions of the natural gas product. On page 6, your book starts talking about temperature. Back on page 2, we want to take a look at the discussion about boiling point and freezing point on page 6 and make sure everybody's clear on some terminology. We'll use water as an example since that's something that everyone's familiar with. This is a thermometer, okay? And some of the critical characteristics of water are exhibited at 32 degrees Fahrenheit and 212 degrees Fahrenheit. And hopefully y'all all recognize what those are. At 32 degrees Fahrenheit, water freezes. Between 32 degrees and 212 degrees, you have liquid. Below 32 degrees, this is water, just to be clear. Below 32, it's solid. Above 212, it's vapor or gas. So what's happening at these temperatures? Of course, at 212, that is the boiling point of water. 212 degrees Fahrenheit. 32 degrees Fahrenheit is the freezing point of water. If you start let's say at 70 degrees Fahrenheit and you lower the temperature below 32, you turn from liquid to solid. The water freezes. Now if you start at 70 degrees and you raise the temperature above 212, at 212 it will start boiling. You'll turn from liquid to vapor or gas. When you get to 212, it's going to start to boil. The boiling, the bubbling, is the water turning from liquid to vapor. Now the terminology here is important and it can sometimes confuse people. When you go from above 32 to below 32, it freezes. When you go from below 32 to above 32, it melts. So it freezes and melts at the same point, and which thing it's doing depends on where you start and where you finish. But the one of the things you need to be clear on, this temperature is the freezing point. It's also the melting point. 32 degrees Fahrenheit is both of those things. It's the point at which, if you're lowering the temperature, water freezes. If you're going from solid to liquid, it's the point at which water melts. So the freezing point and the melting point, even though they're representing different actions, they're the same temperature. What is the freezing point of water? 32 degrees Fahrenheit. What is the melting point of water? 32 degrees Fahrenheit. You're talking about moving from one phase to another, and it happens at the same temperature. It's just a terminology thing, but that confuses people sometimes. So think about that and make sure you understand what we're talking about there.